Men do not complain. When you complain, it does two things. One, it signifies that you're a victim. By definition, you're saying, this is something I have no power over, and it has negatively affected me. I am a victim. Now, why would you want to intentionally tell everyone, hey, I'm a victim of this. Look at how much I am a victim. The second thing that it does, because there are some things that you won't be able to take action on, the second thing it does is it says, look how little resiliency I have. Look at how this minor thing was able to hurt me. Look at how incredibly weak that I am. So to the point where if you like the room at 70 degrees and it's 72 degrees, people will say, oh my God, it's hot in here. Oh, Jesus, it's so hot in here. Huh? Or, which you're literally telling someone that you are so weak that you cannot handle 2 degrees off of a perfect temperature even. That is signifying to others, and especially to women, how weak you are. And it's also signifying how much of a victim you are. There are only two responses, two appropriate responses to something that you don't like. Taking action is the first thing. Men don't complain, they take action. They fix it, they do something about it. And if they can't do something about it, the only proper response is disdain. Now, for those that don't understand, disdain is essentially, this means nothing to me. I'm putting it out of my mind. It's completely irrelevant. I'm giving it no thought. You either change it or you show disdain for it. But when you complain, you are signifying, you are telling everyone, look at how much of a victim I am. And look at how little resiliency I have. Look at just how weak I am emotionally that this can upset me. Look how weak I am physically that this can bother me. Look at how much that I'm powerless in the world. Now, if you're a woman, there may be some evolutionary benefit to complaining because it may elicit, the idea of victimhood may elicit in men the protective response. But as a man, no matter how buff you are, when your woman sits there and sees you complaining, what she's going to say to yourself, she's going to think is, he can't protect me. He can't handle the room being off by 2 degrees. It hurts that much to him. That's how weak he is. He can't handle that someone is not even hitting his car, but driving a little too close behind him. He can't handle emotionally. He has so little control over his emotions that if shit was to hit the fan, he wouldn't be able to make decisions. He wouldn't be able to stay cool and make decisions. My God, he blows up on because a car's behind him, or because someone questioned him or said something he didn't like. This is not a man that could make decisions in combat. This is not a man that can protect me if someone is trying to fight me. He'll sit there and break down and have an emotional breakdown like he's having right now for something minor. He's so weak physically and lacks so much resiliency. My God, if someone was to punch him, he would just stand there because he can't handle 2 degrees difference in temperature without being extremely agitated. So there are only two responses. You either change your situation or you disdain it. But you don't complain about it. Now, the flip side of this, prime example of showing masculinity is years ago when Arnold was in his 70s. Arnold Schwarzenegger, that is. He was doing a tour and his team was inside of a basketball court and they were shaking hands at people and signing autographs and everything else. And this guy came running from all the way on the other side of the court and drop kicked 70-year-old Arnold in the back. Now remember, there are only two proper responses. Disdain, like, that's, I didn't even, what is that? I don't even know. That means nothing. Like, I don't even, it doesn't even exist. And taking action. Now, when this happened, action was immediately taken by Arnold's team. They, all tackled the guy and arrested him. When Arnold was interviewed, Arnold showed nothing other than that fact that he was jostled forward significantly. And the only reason he didn't fall over was because he was in a crowd, so he was hitting into other people. When interviewed, the response and the attitude that Arnold had was total disdain, a complete lack of acknowledgement that there was anything done to him, because he refused to be a victim. Men do not choose to be victims, and you certainly do not go around telling people, look at how much of a victim I am. Hey, check out how much of a victim I am. When they asked Arnold about it, he goes, someone drop kicked me? In the crowd, usually people jostle around. I thought maybe someone bumped into me. Alpha as fuck. You do not give credence. You're not a victim. You take fucking action and you show that this is can't get to you. That is what a man does. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, how tall you are, how much how jacked you are. If you sit there and you complain day in, day out, all the time, minor things, you can't control your emotions, physical things are so upsetting to you, you get emotional outbursts over everything, let me tell you, that woman will leave you. That woman will lose complete respect for you, because she does not see you as a protector. She sees you as weak. She sees you as a victim, and you're telling her you're weak. You're telling her, look at how much of a victim I am. And when you complain to your friends, you're doing the same thing to them, even if they seem to be okay with it. But like we said in the military, you fight like you train. You're not going to practice complaining and telling everyone how weak and how much of a victim you are on a daily basis to your friends and then think that you're not going to do this around your woman. You will. You absolutely will. You've been training your whole life doing it. It is one of the dumbest things you can possibly do. Now, take action or disdain. Say there's something that occurs that needs to be addressed. Something in work, someone's not doing what they're supposed to do. You don't say, what is wrong with you? You're an idiot, this, that, and the other. No, leadership. You say, you tell people what you need them to do. You give orders. You don't complain. You merely take action. Hey, I need you to do this right now. Someone messed up. Hey, I need you to do this. I need you to fix this. Do this right here. Someone gets your order wrong at McDonald's. You take it in. You don't even tell them. You just literally tell them exactly what you want done. Hey, can you remake this with the extra patty? Can you remake this with cheese? Can you remake this without mustard? Leadership. You don't get upset, and you do it with zero upset. So the ideal is to do both. You take action and you show that it can't affect you. It would be the equivalent of someone punches you in the face. There you have no reaction, no movement whatsoever, and then you knock them out. You Show that you're strong, you are resilient, and that you're not a victim, you take action. The other thing is that the more that you practice talking about a victim, being a victim, and how everything bothers you, the more things bother you and more easily bother you, and the more you start becoming a victim. The more your brain seeks out things to make them into a victim. The last thing you want to do is program yourself to be weak and to be a victim and to tell everybody how weak and how much of a victim you are. Take action and show disdain. That is the proper response.